change, challenge ourselves into down there without making your why big enough. So sorry, my network is challenging me. I may have to move it to be able to get it done. Please allow my other gadget also to be able to unmute so that in case there is a problem, I can quickly switch. Technical team, I have another gadget in my name. Kindly allow me to be able to unmute. Good, thank you very much. So as we look at this, we're asking the question, what do we mean by why? What is the why? The why is the underlying purpose that drives you to achieve your goals. And what is that underlying purpose in your life? What is it? You know, it's what gets you excited to do something. Just think about it. What is it that excites you to be able to get out of your house every day to go and do stuff? You know, what is that motivates you? You know, what is it that motivates you to be able to go and do things? You know, what makes you remain focused? When you wake up in the morning, what do you look forward to doing? What do you look forward to achieving? To say to yourself, yes, this is what I've done. Yes, this is good enough for me. What is it? This is what we call purpose. So purpose is the reason or intention behind one's actions. Whatever you are doing, there is a reason behind it. That is purpose. That is a why, you know. And it is the reason why one exists. And this is very interesting. When you take it at the philosophical level, it becomes a bit difficult for you to define it. But why do you exist? You know, why do you exist? And somebody may say the reason why I exist is to, pray to God and eat and sleep and be happy. Somebody could say that, but that's being naive. That's being narrow focused. You want to leave this world when you have done something to the world. So you must be able to find that driving force, that purpose in you that you want to work towards. Otherwise, you will be junk. So purpose is the driving force that gives meaning to something, gives meaning to somebody's life. It is the force that gives direction to an individual. You know, when you for instance, as young people, when there's career guidance, they tell you this is what is available, and you have a passion within you. You feel there's something that you want to do. You want to be a doctor. Why do you want to be a doctor? You want to be a doctor so that you can address the issues of health in your community. You want to be an economist, a politician, so that you can address issues of poverty within your community. That is the purpose. That's why you are up looking at something. If you do not have that, definitely, you know, so it's to be able to find your purpose. Otherwise, you're going to live a life which has no meaning. And a life that has no meaning means you wake up every morning and you know you're not looking forward to anything. You're going to get bored. You're going to get scared. You're going to be out there wondering what's wrong with me. And you may even, some people commit suicide for lack of purpose in their life, for not seeing why they exist in their life. So purpose is very important. Why is very important? Because A, it provides direction. You know, It provides direction. When you want to do something, you must have a clear direction of what you want to do. You must have goals. You must have goals. So that direction is what the why gives you. Two, it motivates you. Like I said, the why is the intention behind somebody's actions. So what is that motivates you? What do you want to achieve by that which you are doing? You know, it's very important. It motivates you. It gives you, the intention behind the actions that you take in your life. The other reason why is important is because it gives meaning to life. It gives meaning to life. You know, look at some of the people like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa. These iconic leaders. Mandela was in prison for 27 years because he wanted to get rid of apartheid. And when he was told, you can leave now, after serving 17 years, I'm staying here. I'm hanging here 6 months, even 1 week. About all the time and say, this is what I want to do. And indeed, it's something based on your values. You cannot discover your why unless if you know who you are, unless if you know the values that you have. Okay, so let's look at the different whys in life, or the different purposes. What are the different purposes? The whys include the following. One is care you. What do you want to see? I have a son of mine who dreamed to be the president of this country. My dream was to be a leading professor, and I thank God that I've got my dream today is being able to use IT to continue educating people, continue to influence people in whatever they do. So personal growth. Somebody feels that, yes, I've been able to do something. And then that why that dream could be something to do with solving society's problems. You know, society has got numerous problems, maybe sanitation, health, education, all these factors. And your why maybe, can I make a contribution to this? Can I be able to do something that will enable me to do this? So that could be your why. It could also be saying, I want to leave the world a better place. When I die, when they bury me, I want people to say, yes, he did this. He was able to achieve that. The other why could be positive relationships with friends.
Prof, we can't get you clearly. I think it's your network is not good.
And community. They feel that you're making a contribution to it. They feel that yes, you are there for. I don't know what's happening to my network, but I keep on going on and off. I was talking about somebody making a contribution to the society, to the country, to the special community where he is. I mean, these could be some of the things that you are looking for as the drivers of your life, the whys of your life, the dreams of your life, the purpose of your life. It could be among these or several of them. That all depends on you. It could be also to be able to create things that solve society's problems. I mean, most of the businessmen come out with a solution to society's problems. An iPhone, a car battery, a restaurant that serves food. You are trying to solve society's problems. So in a sense, the purpose that you're serving is any of those aspects that we are looking out there. That any of those may be something that you really feel is a why. Why should a why be big? Why should the why be big? So we're saying, why should you dream big? You know, at a certain stage in your life, you should be able to say, well, I want to live by the lakeside. I want to drive a BMW. I want to be able to be one of the most influential businessmen in the country. I want to be one of the leading sportsmen in the world. If you're in wrestling, I want to be a world champion. Those could be aspirations. So the reason is why? Why should that why be there, and why should it be big? Why should the why be big? There are a number of reasons why the why should be big, and they include the following. One is to be able to do anything in life, you should have a compelling reason. So the compelling reason should be big enough to enable you get up and go. The compelling reason should be big enough so that you don't end up as junk. That's very important. It should be big enough so that you say, yes, this is what I want to do, and you go out there and do it. So the reason, the why should be such that it enables you to get up and do something. You know. Two, it is something that uh, helps you to endure. It's something that you to endure difficulty that you're going to go through. I mean, that it should be motivating, and it helps you to believe in your abilities. Are you good enough? Are you good enough to do stuff? Usually, if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to do anything. But this one, it should be big enough so that you can believe in yourself. You can, yes, I'll be able to do this stuff. You know. And when you are confident about something, when you there's no way you're going to do it. So, and it also, by the way, clarifies your goals. You go out there, say, okay, this is what I want to do, and you have specific goals that you want to. It's also a basis for making decisions. These decisions are based on what you want. Dream is big enough. You know where you want to go. They are driving you into that direction. They are driving you into that direction. You know, and of course, it should enable you discover your capabilities. What am I capable of doing? You want to believe in yourself. You want to have confidence. You must know what you are capable of doing. What is it that I can? And becomes very important. So um, that big why where are the areas where I'm comfortable, where are the areas where I have competence, where are the areas where I can achieve. And you go out to set your why in those areas where you feel comfortable. It also very interesting. When you dream big, there's no competition out there. It's a lane with very few people in it. Whereas people who dream small dreams, that's where everybody is. But when you are looking at big dreams, you don't have people there. You don't have people there. So there's no competition in the lane where there are big ideas, because most people like to have small ideas. So you just know you are in league with very few people. Uh, interestingly, usually we achieve something. You know, nothing you've achieved. So that's an interesting. You'll have achieved something. Boring. Small is boring. Why do you go for small things? Go for a big, big target. You know? And I've been watching wrestling and I found something very interesting. You find a small man saying, "Bring him on. He can take on anybody, whatever the size." Of course, some of them go out there and commit suicide. But that attitude is what makes things interesting. So the why is big for the above reasons. You know, the fact that it gives you confidence, it helps you endure, it enables you to build your skills, uh, it clarifies the goals, it's a base for making decisions, it encourages your personal growth, and all these factors that we've been looking at. So, what happens when the why is small? What happens when you have these small, small dreams? Hmm? What happens? When you have small dreams, what happens to you? Usually, you miss out on opportunities. You don't know what's happening around you. So you tend to miss out on the opportunities that come with dreaming big. Because your scope is narrow. Your scope is narrow. So you won't achieve much. Two, you undermine yourself. When you have small dream, you undermine yourself. I mean, you can do something big, but if you can't believe in yourself doing something big, it means you are undermining yourself. You don't trust yourself to do stuff. And inevitably, this leads to low motivation. Leads to low motivation. If uh, the people are not looking at you from a big perspective, if you yourself don't want to dream big, what happens? I mean, there's nothing much to do, there's nothing much to achieve. So you don't have that drive that, yes, I must be able to go ahead and do this. And usually, it's also interesting that even the goals you have set, when there are too few things, when the focus is so narrow, the goals meant to be clear. What exactly do you want to achieve? And the other point is when people don't have big dreams, they tend to be disengaged from the activities of the organization. They tend to appear not to be part of those activities. And this can be quite dangerous for you. You know? So that disengagement may, may lead to apathy, apathy, low enthusiasm in something. You feel, okay, I think this one, you can't do it, that kind of attitude. And definitely, it also leads to a narrow focus in the way you are looking at things. It looks at a narrow focus in the way you look at things. And it can lead to burnout. When you feel that you've no motivation, you feel stressed, and you're not achieving much. You don't see where you're going much. I mean, you have a very narrow focus of things. You may get burnout. Get stressed out of nothing, and this burnout could lead to low resilience. If you don't have many things that are bothering you, then you don't even have to build resilience in whatever you're doing, because anything that you do will make it, will enable you to achieve. It's more, it's a problem. People are not resilient. Opportunities. You see, if your dream is big, it means the scope of what you're going to do is also huge. It means that it's possible for you to get an opportunity here and opportunity there, so in different levels, different standards. But when the scope is narrow, when the dream is small, you're likely to miss out on some of the opportunities that come out to you. So that is a consequence of narrow vision, small why, a small dream. You know, that's why we're saying dream big. And maybe you should even be scared when you say, "This is what I want to do. I want to go to the moon." That could be your intention. And there are consequences when the dream is small. Is there's no need for innovation. When you dream big, you want to do stuff A, stuff B, stuff C. You want to compete that company. You are in different markets. So to be able to hang in there, is going to eat your bread. Because if you can't innovate, then you get problems. But innovation is not going to come when the scope of your work is very small. So just remember that to be able to achieve, be able to succeed, you must be able to innovate. And innovation is something that comes out of imagination, looking out for certain things, and this will come out when you are big, when your dream is big, when your dream is scary. How do I achieve it? You go out there and be creative and start innovating. Right. So, um, what are the benefits of dreaming big? What are the benefits when what do you get from it?